All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Darren with the Radical Impact Podcast here along with Allie.
Hello.
And I just wanted to say, hey, we're excited to be here tonight. And we've got a really special treat for you with our friend Miche. And it's going to be really, really informative and really good. So what I want to do before I introduce Miche, I want to kind of talk about the topic we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to be talking about pain. And does anybody out there have any kind of like chronic pain or anything that, or headaches, that kind of thing? For me, and this is actually where I met Miche, was I have a really bad case of plantar fasciitis in my foot, and my wife set up a massage to go, and I don't even know if it was for my birthday. I can't even remember what it was for, but she set me up a massage.
It was your anniversary, wasn't it?
It may have been for our anniversary that she set me up. Anyway, I wasn't expecting, I've been to many, many, many different types of places for massages. I've had massages on the beach. I've had massages that weren't really that great. And the one thing that I figured out and found out when I met Miche was she was really, really concerned about me and my well-being and the pain that I was in. And she really cared, and she wanted to focus her effort of giving me a massage in the areas that I needed, not just your typical 60-minute full body massage or whatever that you go in and they spend 10 minutes on your one leg and 10 minutes on another and 10 minutes on your back and, that kind of thing. So it was really, really great. And we talked, and that's another thing, is it wasn't just go in and lay there and have a massage. Is we had conversation about, pressure and what kind of stress has been bothering me and different kinds of things. And so as I introduce Miche, we're not going to talk about regular massage tonight. We're not going to talk about, we may not even talk about massage, but we're going to talk about pain and chronic pain. And Allie is constantly having headaches.
Yep, I have headaches like probably once to twice a week. We'll have Miche say a little bit more about it here in a minute, but last time we had a conversation, she let me know that it's normal for an average human being to only have 2 a year, and I have 2 a week. So I'm really excited about this podcast episode, and I think that Miche's got a lot of great information for you guys.
So before we get into our conversation, let me give you a little bit of background about her. So this is Miche Kirkman, LMT.
Licensed massage therapist.
Licensed massage therapist. All right. Thank you for that clarification. So welcome, Miche.
Thank you.
So let me kind of read Miche's bio real fast. It's pretty impressive. So way more better than mine.
Way more better.
Yeah, it's more better. Is more better a word?
I think I'm getting a fat head here.
Right, we're here having fun, so it's all about whatever.
Making my head.
Right.
Yeah.
You might hear a cuss word here or there. Who knows? But so Miche Kirkman, she chose massage therapy so that she can, at least in part, give something back to those who blessed her life in so many different ways. She feels that her education ability to work with so many wonderful people is a gift and an opportunity that she's been given. She believes that when a person takes the time to receive massage, it increases their inner peace. It also allows one's body to turn off the stress response, even if for just 1 hour. So therefore, her ultimate goal is to increase world peace, one massage at a time. She was trained at the College of Massage Therapy in Blackfoot, Idaho. since she graduated from CMT, she's taken additional classes in craniosacral therapy. It's a modality that she trained in with Upledger Institute, CST1, CST2, and the SERI practicum. So I'll let her talk about all of those things when we start talking, because I don't know what any of it means.
I'm excited to learn.
Yeah, we're very excited to learn. She completed the Solving Today's Pain and Injury Puzzle, CEU, and Myoskeletal Alignment Technique from Eric Dalton's Freedom from Pain Institute and Eric Stevenson's Intelligent Deep Tissue Massage. CEU is that certification?
Continuing education.
Continue education. Okay. She's also received her Reiki Master Teacher certification. So she uses these modalities to address the needs of her clients. And she does not have a set massage used for everyone. So if you go to a specific massage therapist in maybe a chain or something like that, I know for me, I've been to a couple of those different chains, and it's literally like rub a little bit of oil on, do a little bit of massage, they ask you, does your back hurt? And they whatever, and it's kind of pathetic in my opinion. So this is not what Miche's done for me. She customizes each massage, and the other thing that she does is she offers her clients a listening ear, which she's done for me in multiple sessions. So she really wants to know what our needs are and that kind of thing. So without further ado, welcome, Miche.
Thank you. Thank you for all the kind words. Wow.
It's my pleasure.
Wow.
I don't know what half of this stuff means, but
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty impressive bio.
Well, thank you.
So we're really excited that you're here. Allie and I have been talking about this for quite some time. Even before we even talked about it, we're like, she would be great to have on our podcast. Yeah. So we're just going to just talk tonight and, get your wisdom on some of the things that people deal with, right? Dealing with stress, dealing with chronic pain, not even necessarily chronic pain, but just,
Absolutely.
Tight muscles and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So can you maybe, as we get started, give us just a little bit of why? I know you in your bio it says you chose this profession to just give back a little bit. Can you kind of expound on that a little bit? Why did you choose this profession?
So really, I have to admit, it kind of chose me a little more than I chose it.
Okay.
At the time, I was in a crazy, crazy job. And things had gone really awry, and I ended up resigning. I was single. I was the only breadwinner, right? And I resigned. And I'm thinking, what did I do? And jobs weren't easy to find. And I ended up with a migraine headache. Mm-hmm. So, Allie, I totally have so much empathy for headaches.
Yeah.
And I had this horrible migraine headache. Ended up going to the chiropractor to see if I could get some relief that day. Well, guess who gave me the relief? His massage therapist. And as he, looked over what was going on with me, sends me to the massage therapist. She talked to me similarly to what you said I do for you, mm-hmm. which I think is so important. And my headache was gone within about 20 minutes. And I remember thinking, wow, I would love to do that for someone else.
Sure.
And I'd been around people all my life who had suffered with headaches, suffered with different pains, right? And that's mm-hmm. just what we do, right?
Yeah.
Life's about, as you get older, or maybe as you get things going on, you just have to deal with that pain. But that day, it made me stop and ask that question, can I do this? And so I asked her, I started just really picking her brain about, why did you get into massage therapy? Where'd you go to school? She's like, oh, in Blackfoot. Blackfoot was 20 minutes away from where I lived at the time. And she said, call him, just go up and check it out. It can't hurt anything. And I'm thinking, I'm out of a job anyway.
Yeah.
So it was a short amount of time. Generally, you have to get your schooling or your money put together to go to school. I mean, it was in the worst place ever, really, to do this, but in the best place ever. So within just a few short weeks, the school helped me. We got everything. It was almost like the red carpet rolled out. Miche, this is where you need to be. And I ended up there. So really, that was kind of how it started. I had no intentions of being a massage therapist, never even thought of it in all the years of all the things I wanted to be. But as I think about my life, I remember being in the hospital with my mom, or I was in the hospital, or just with different people, and thinking, I loved people that put their time into helping others, like having skills that made people feel better.
Yeah.
And now I got this chance. And during school, wow, I knew our bodies were incredible, but the things that I learned blew me away. And so it just fit. It was time, it was opportunity, and I fell in love with what I was doing. And I remember I got made fun of a little bit. I think Allie was talking about this earlier, about perfectionism, and you want to be the best of the best of the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
And so I did. I would be bummed. They'd offer extra credit on tests, right? And I wanted the 120. I didn't want the 118 because I missed one.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't really about because I wanted the A+. It was because I'm working with people,
Yeah.
right? I'm working with people's pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make the difference.
Wow.
And really, that's what drove me. And as I started working on people, I would hear things like, oh, wow, you have a gift. Oh, I didn't think that would ever go away. Wow. And just, I'm thinking, wait a minute, but I'm still in school. I'm not even done with my education.
Mm-hmm.
And now I realize I'm never going to be done with my education. I'm so excited to continually learn. And I'm sorry that you have plantar fasciitis, but I'm excited that I get to learn about what I get to do to help you on your journey.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, I'm really glad that you do too.
yeah. So
Yeah,
there it
so-
is. That's really what got me started. And I just see this as an incredible journey that gets to last for another, I hope, 40, 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. It's been amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think I found my massage therapist for life, so.
Awesome. I'll look forward to that.
Awesome.
Right?
For the next 40, 50 years.
That's
For the
right.
next 40 or 50 years, right?
I know, right? You might have to come to Maui. I'm hoping one day, I
And to
can...
be in Maui? Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that would be pretty okay with me.
Okay. Still.
I've had massage on the beach, and there's nothing like it.
See, I've never given a massage on the beach, but I think
I'm
that's going to
telling
be
ya.
top of my goal list.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that.
cool.
Receiving one as well. I've never
Right?
had one on the
Oh,
beach
I'm
either.
telling you. It's the best thing ever, listening to this ocean,
Oh.
the waves break, and the cool wind. And
Mm.
yeah, it's rough. It's really rough. So,
I'm willing to try.
right? So, there's many things that you do,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could talk for 20 minutes and just list out all the different things that you do. But of those things that you do to help people, what would you say are you most passionate about?
I think it's like saying, who's your favorite child?
Well, Allie's mine.
Yeah. Okay, well, you have it easy then, yes?
I do, yeah, because
Yes.
she's my only child.
You're my favorite dad, too.
Thank you.
Well, see, I have two. So I make it stuff. And in the massage world, I have multiple. But I guess my passion is figuring out the puzzle. figuring out what's going on, because I don't buy the fact that you have plantar fasciitis and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I think pain is multi-leveled. Pain comes from a lot of different places, and you have to address all those levels. And I worked at a check cashing place. Okay, I don't admit that very often, but what part of my training at this check cashing place was you talk to people about their story, right? We want to know if it's a legitimate check.
Sure.
And I remember going through that training thinking, I've always just gone to the bank. They never asked me where I got this check and is it legitimate?
Right.
So it was so off to me. And I'm thinking, how am I going to do that? Because I'm assuming that everybody walking in is legitimate. But not everybody in this place was legitimate.
Sure.
And so I paid attention and I learned, right? I want to do a good job. And it was amazing what I learned talking to people. It was amazing what they would tell me.
Right.
Even illegal things.
Right.
Right? They just. So a couple things I learned about that. One is people want to be heard.
Sure.
People want to be heard.
Yeah.
2, they're going to spill it. And all the details are in the story.
Absolutely.
And if we start listening to this story, we start unraveling what this pain is giving us. Right? So that is what I love. So that is my passion. That's why I tie all this together.
Right.
Sometimes I'll go back to CMT, my alma mater, and they'll have me talk to their business class. So people who are thinking about becoming massage therapists, do they want to work for an employer? Do they want to go out on their own? What do they want to do? So we talk. And I always ask the question, what's the most important body part for a massage therapist? What would you think it is?
That they focus on, or for their own body part?
Yeah, as a massage therapist.
Your hands or your brain.
Right. What would you say it is?
Well, for a massage therapist, I would say that it's probably your hands.
But you know what I think it is? I think it's my ears.
Oh, there you go.
Right? Because how do I know what to do with my hands if I haven't listened to you?
Sure.
Yeah.
If you come in, you tell me your back hurts, and I put you on my table, what did I learn?
Right.
Right? And I can go find tight muscles. I can find trigger points.
Sure.
I can find misaligned things. I can find different things that are going on. But once I start listening to you, then I start to hear, gee, what is going on?
Right.
What's going on?
You start to hear the, oh my God, you really went out and did that? That's why you hurt.
Exactly.
How old are you?
Right. And sometimes people totally miss that. Right? Some people totally miss, or they'll say, I have no idea what I did. It just one day happened.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, you know what I say to that? Well, it's the straw that broke the camel's back, right? Most of the time when people throw their back out, what do they tell me? Oh, I rolled over in bed. I bent over to grab something. And that legitimately is the truth. But when I start hearing their story about, well, I was out getting this for so-and-so that I've been taking care of because my mom's been sick, because my children have been uptight, because so-and-so got, right? They have all of these things that have piled up.
Right.
And now their body's saying, we need you to take a break.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I think is so critical with working with my clients, and especially in today's society. We don't listen to our bodies.
Absolutely.
And they give us little messages, right, during the day. Hey, I'm thirsty. Oh, just a minute. I'll get you some water later. Hey, I need to stretch. Oh, my neck is killing me. Right? In a minute. Just, okay, here, there's an ibuprofen.
Right.
And your water. Right?
There you
Absolutely.
Oh, but it's ice and soda.
It's ice and soda.
Right?
Yeah.
So the water and the ice counts.
Sure,
Right?
absolutely.
And that's what we're doing. Our bodies are just saying, all I need is just a little break. All I need is 10 minutes. Get up, stretch, go get some sunshine. But what do we say? In a minute, later.
And then give it the wrong thing.
Or we give it the wrong thing.
Or you don't give it to them at all.
Yeah.
Right. And then we think, oh my word, I can't straighten up. Right?
Exactly.
Not surprising.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
And then your body gets to a certain point and it says, you're done.
Uh-huh.
And I think most of us can relate, at least in part, to you wake up so sick you can't get out of bed.
Sure.
You're dizzy. You threw your back out,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your body's just saying, okay, I've given you these little clues. I've tried to talk to you, right? Just like little kids when we're trying to get them dressed right in the morning.
Just like your dog.
Oh, the dog does the same thing.
Oh,
Yep.
goodness.
There you go.
Yep, she does.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens? We finally say enough, and there you are.
Right?
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain. I mean, I know that a couple times ago when I was on your table, we talked about, what, you dug a little deeper into what was going on, and my muscle all the way up to my knee was completely angry, and you didn't hurt me, but it hurt. But I felt so much better when I was done.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I just want to throw a real quick thing in there.
okay.
I think there's a myth out there that I have to go into a lot of pain to get back out of pain as
Yeah.
far as massage goes.
Sure.
Right.
And I just want to clarify that is not my philosophy at all.
Uh-huh.
Now, I think when you come in, your body's already in pain.
Absolutely.
And now I just want to give you more. There's that caveat of sometimes you do get more pain,
Sure.
right? And sometimes as we're finding things, it's like, oh, that's a really sore spot,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
right? But most of the time, I talk you through, let's go right to that really good pressure. Let's go
Absolutely.
right to, right? Because your body, your musculature needs some good pressure to release.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But if you're flinching anywhere else in your body sees me as the enemy.
Right.
And I don't want to be your enemy,
Right.
right? I want your body to say, oh, we have a friend.
That's exactly what you did to me. Because although it hurt, I remember when I did start to flinch, you're like, okay, is that too much? Because if you're flinching in any part of your body, we need to back off a little bit. But the amazing thing is after you put that pressure that I could handle without flinching, which I think I have a pretty decent pain threshold,
Mhm.
but it's amazing the release
Right.
that I had in not just my foot, but my leg,
Mm-hmm.
and everything else. So, yeah, I hear you. I'm with you, girl.
Yeah. Well, and I hear so many people say, well, I'm coming in for my torture. And it's like, I don't want you to be tortured.
No, it's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, your body's already getting beat
Right.
up.
A massage shouldn't be torture. It should be
No.
something that you do to relax.
Right.
That's how I see it, at least. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the multiple levels that we're dealing with, your brain needs to relax. That fight or flight that we're
Mhm.
constantly in really needs a break.
Sure.
It needs to be able to say, and I mean, I didn't really understand fight or flight until school.
Sure.
Okay. And so do you mind if I take just a second to
No,
explain that?
absolutely not. Go ahead.
So what happens with fight or flight is everything goes to the extremities, right?
Mhm.
A bear's chasing us and we have to get away from the bear. So basically you're left with skeletal crew in your brain and your digestive tract.
Mhm.
Everything else goes to get you away from the bear. And that's what it's designed for. Run away from the bear. And then you're supposed to collapse behind the tree and say, whew, I got away from the bear. Life is good again.
Mhm.
And most of the time when something like that happens, we kind of shake it out, right? It's kind of like, oh my gosh, I just about got eaten by a bear,
Mhm.
right? And your eyes get big and your heart races.
I have to just say, I don't have to run faster. I only have to run faster than the slowest person not to get
There
eaten by
you
the
go.
bear.
There you go.
And I don't run very fast, but
There you go. You'd probably win with me. I'd probably get it by the bear. But the point being, once you escape, you're supposed to let that release, let that energy
Right.
or that stress, however you want to term it, release.
Mhm.
That's so good.
Even a deer in the wild, when they outrun their predator, you can find them behind a tree somewhere and their whole body shakes, getting rid of that extra energy, that stress, and then the blood supply returns back to rest and digest,
Right.
right? So in our world today, we're on fight or flight all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's no bear.
Right.
And very rarely do we go and sit at our desk and just shake it out and say, oh, okay, I got away from the deadline, or I got away from the boss that's, dogging on me, or whatever it is.
Sure.
There's just so much in our world. And we don't take time to do that.
Yeah.
So is it any surprise that we have all kinds of digestive issues right now? That we have breathing issues, that we have cardiac issues, that we have brain fog,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it's as simple as, let's get out of fight or flight. Now, I'm not naive enough to think stress is going to go away. So part of what I like to do is fortify, right? Fortify your body, give it what it needs.
Sure.
Because we can do this. We've got everything we need, but we need to fortify our bodies.
Sure.
We need to maintain them.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And everyone, I guess not everyone, but most people are really, really bad about taking care of their body.
Yeah.
I, for one,
Mm-hmm.
am probably at the very top of that list, because for me, it's get up at 5 a.m. and go till 8, 9 o'clock at night every day. Doesn't matter if I'm off, if it's a Saturday or Sunday. It is always go. And it's, when my body says you need to, today, I don't think I've drank any water.
Oh, we need to give you some water.
Right now that I'm thinking about it,
Mhm.
I don't think I've drank any water today.
Huh.
So it's really weird. Oh, I did drink this morning when I took my vitamins and
Okay.
So what, like 3 sips?
something.
Yeah.
It
So
wasn't very
barely
much.
any, yeah.
Or
Right.
4.
Right. So, drinking water in itself is a huge thing,
Uh-huh.
right?
Okay, so I want to ask you this. Do you own a vehicle?
Absolutely.
And how far would you drive that vehicle without oil?
Not very,
Why?
because it will stop running.
So?
I get it.
Right?
Yeah. I
Right?
totally get it.
And here's the great part. There's a store to replace your truck or your car or whatever vehicle you decide, right?
Sure.
It's a piece of cake to go down and get another vehicle compared to fixing a Darren body
Right.
or an Alley body,
Yeah.
Right.
right? There's no spare parts store.
Absolutely.
So that's the great part that we get to realize. I had one realtor tell me, well, I take care of my car because it'll break down and then I'd have to walk.
Well-
Okay, and so what's going to happen when your body breaks down? You can't even walk then,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And it's so interesting to me how I'm going to make sure my car has gas and oil because I don't want to walk.
Right.
But man, my body can do without water.
Exactly.
Right? And I'm not picking on you.
No,
right?
hey, it's
So
it's
many of
quite
us do
all right.
this,
It's
right?
quite all right.
Yeah.
So,
How about we do this? You get to drink more water.
right.
Oh, I like
get
that.
to
Right? You get to.
I love that.
Right. Not got to,
Mhm.
or not have to.
Absolutely.
You get to.
I love
Yeah.
that.
And that's another thing that I love about working with clients is introducing them to their body,
Mhm.
right? How cool your body is. Your body went all day with just a few sips of water. And you look great. You're able
Well, I
to
am pretty dang
talk.
good looking.
Well, absolutely. He's still pretty coherent.
Right.
Right? He's not nodding off. So look at how great this body did
Right.
without oil all day.
Right.
Your car wouldn't do that well.
Oh no.
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
So that's the thing is as we start to recognize what these bodies do for us and what's the potential,
Mhm.
right? If it has everything it needs, top fuel versus the junk that we generally feed it,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
plenty of water, oil,
Mhm.
all the trace minerals we need, think about what's going to happen,
Sure.
right? It's like party. The body's ready to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of, dragging or my leg hurts, right? It's just a little call from your body. Your plantar fasciitis is just saying, we're missing a few things. And we just need you to pay attention.
Right.
And that's one of the things I've been so amazed at working with clients. I had a man come in, frozen shoulder, hadn't been able to lift his arm like this for, I think, 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And his story was, you won't be able to help me, but you can get rid of some of the pain. Absolutely. I'll do my very best. 3 sessions later, he's walking around with his arm moving. And it didn't shock anybody any more than it shocked me that he walked out. That arm was going everywhere.
Right.
And I can't even tell you how it opened my eyes to, even though it had been stuck in place for so long, that body said, I got your back. You give me this much, I'll give you this much.
Right.
And really, that's the way these bodies do.
Yeah.
It doesn't really need a lot.
That is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So great.
Pretty cool stuff.
Pretty cool stuff. All right. So, yeah, that's all really, really great stuff. So tell me how you can help people with chronic pain. You know, I know that there's people out there that are on a fixed budget or whatever, but are there things that you can, with a couple sessions or whatever, you can teach people how to deal with some kind of chronic pain, you know, lower back pain that has never gone away, and help them walk through some, I don't know, stretches or exercises, or even maybe some kind of mental something, you know, because I think that a lot of times it's mental, right?
I think that plays a huge part.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think we shy away from the word mental.
Right.
Right? Our mental status. If we're not quite up to par, that scares us.
Right.
But it shouldn't.
Yeah.
It really shouldn't. And yeah, I believe that breathing, as simple as breathing sounds, it helps with pain.
Mm-hmm.
It helps to calm your mind. It helps to get the oxygen flowing again. It helps to give your body that break. I like to do a breathing exercise where you have to focus on counting, right? Then it takes your mind off of the 18 things you have to do as soon as you get off my table.
Right.
And who's uptight, or who did you miss, or who should you talk to?
Sure.
And just check out for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all kinds of things that people can do to really just kind of get in touch.
Sure.
Love your body. I notice a lot of people, they're mad at their body.
Yeah.
Why are you giving me pain?
Mm-hmm.
And I've dealt with this pain for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I can't make any promises about helping people
Sure.
to get rid of pain or anything. But there are so many simple things with just listening to your body. What do you need? And talking to it like that. And it sounds crazy, and I have people laugh at me on my table all the time. Oh, honey, what do you need? Right? Do you need a glass of water? Do you need...
Mm-hmm.
I've had my body say, yeah, a Snickers bar would be great right now.
Oh,
So you know what? I just got her a Snickers bar because she needed it.
my body needed a whole bunch of vitamin D
Yeah,
here this last week, and so I just broke down.
absolutely.
And I flew for 5.5 hours, and I gave it all the vitamin D it wanted for 4.5
Do you
days.
see that?
It was just so bad.
So fantastic. And
It
I'm
was so
sure
fantastic.
inside, it's just like going, oh, yeah.
Right?
Right?
I'm telling you, I love vitamin D.
Mhm. Now, here's a little tidbit that I've learned. Nutrition is not my scope, but I have learned this for me, so I'm going to share it.
Okay.
In Idaho, even when the sun's out, it's at a certain degree. The vitamin D isn't always produced quite so easily by our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
From September until, I want to say, May. In Idaho, not even the sun gives us all the vitamin D that we need.
Sure.
And so vitamin D is huge at absorbing and bringing into our body all those trace minerals,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And so paying attention to vitamin D, huge, Magnesium, huge. Calcium. If you're having trouble falling asleep and staying asleep, sometimes it's just as simple as your trace minerals.
Sure.
Right? So paying attention to that body. So back to some of the things that are maybe inexpensive, they don't take a lot of time. It's really getting in touch with your body. My craniosacral training that you kind of talked about, Dr. Upledger figured out that all of us have this inner physician, is what he calls it. And the best way to explain inner physician the way I understand it is, say you break your leg, okay, and it's a good break. We need to go and have the doctor set it, okay? So we go to the hospital, the doctor sets it, puts you in a cast. Did he heal your bone?
Nope.
No. But what he did do was put you back into balance.
Sure.
Right? So he put you into the very best scenario so that you get to heal.
Wow.
So it's your inner physician. It's this inner part of you that knows how to heal a bone.
Right.
It knows what you need. And if you'll listen to it, it gets you. It understands you better than anyone, including your conscious self.
Right.
And so that's one of the things that I learned with craniosacral is how to get in touch. Like, how do I listen to my body? How does my body talk to me? Because I think that's kind of confusing for people. That's one thing that I can teach people is how to really listen, how to ask questions and understand what those answers mean.
So do you do that in some form of meditation or help them? I don't
Basically,
know.
it's just taking time. A lot of times I do it during massage.
Right.
But if people are interested, it's really actually one of the classes that I've been thinking about giving.
Okay.
Is actually, some one-on-one
Heck
or
yeah.
a group where
Mhm.
you learn to listen to your body.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I feel like a lot of people don't have any idea even how to do that. They don't even think that that's like an option for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just easier to pop a pill.
Yeah. Until
Correct.
we've had this conversation and we talked before, that never even would have crossed my mind just to like, oh, this is what I want. Because realistically, your body does tell you. Today, I went to the gym for the first time in like 2
I
months.
saw that.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I know. And well, obviously, so I haven't been there in a while. So obviously, my body's not at the level that it was at when I was going regularly. And I was doing the leg press machine, and I felt like a little. It wasn't bad, but it was just like a little twinge in my knee, and I was like, "Okay, I need to lower my weight." And it was just like automatic. I just knew this is it. I don't want to hurt my body, and this is what I need to do. And then I lowered my weight, and then it was better.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
See, you listen to your body.
Yep.
Oh, I love this.
See, look at you.
Because really, that's what it
Yeah.
is. And we were talking about it earlier. I remember waiting for this big lightning bolt or something major. They're not. It's not. And if you listen to those little things, like tonight, your knee's not hurting.
Yeah.
Right. But had you pushed it, you might would have gone, man, I knew. Right. And I hear that from people a lot. Well, I knew I should have stopped, or I knew I shouldn't have.
Right.
But I did.
Absolutely.
And that's okay, because your body will forgive you.
Right.
Right. And that's the great part. That's one of the messages I want to say to people is your body will forgive you. Give it this inch and it will give you a mile.
Right.
Yeah.
I really do believe that. And, if you're going through some stuff, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling confused, you're in pain, really, it's probably not that big of a thing.
It's
Now,
just that you acknowledge it and deal with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes we're afraid to acknowledge it.
Right.
Right? Because that pain might mean something big.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes it does.
Right.
Right? And the reality is, sometimes it is a big thing.
Right.
And sometimes we need more than a massage. But by that same token, listening to your body, you can find a lot of peace while you're going through those big things.
Yeah.
And you can find the strength to get through those big things. So
I was reading the other day something about, the pain, something about the pain in life isn't that bad if you focus on the journey and something to the effect of celebrating and dealing with it one little piece at a time.
Right.
I can't remember what the quote was, but I should get better about writing that stuff down
Or
and
screenshot.
or screenshot something.
Yeah.
But it's all about the journey, not
Mhm.
the destination,
Yeah.
right? If you're taking this journey in life and you don't stop and smell the roses or stop at the cafe and have a great cup of coffee or whatever,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or whatever it is, and you're not enjoying life, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right. And here's another quote that I've heard that I loved. You can have sorrow without the joy, but you can't have joy without the sorrow.
Sure,
Mm-hmm.
Right?
absolutely.
And the thing about that is, what did you learn? And sometimes that body's giving you, like we talked about earlier, that sickness, so you'll lay down and pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if you go into it, I read a Chinese medicine book one time, and it said that we should always be grateful for our illnesses. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
sorry
know about
that.
you, but you're
I don't believe that.
yeah. When nausea hits and that horrible headache that you can't
Mhm.
even have a light on, the last thing that I used to feel was gratitude.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, I've been trying it on a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Still not really grateful for nausea.
Right.
Don't know that I'm ever going to get to that point. But sometimes it slows me down so I can see some other things,
Right.
Yeah.
so that I can pay attention.
Yeah. It puts
And-
you in a different mindset.
It really does. And when you breathe through it, you find even just that teeny shred of gratitude.
Uh-huh.
Then you're not focused on, now tell me this, when you get the flu, don't you think I'm going to feel like this forever? I don't remember the last time I felt good. Might be an hour into it,
Yeah.
right? But you're thinking, this is going to last forever.
Mhm.
I'm never going to feel good again.
I really want someone to kill me.
Right.
When
Just
I-
shoot me right now.
Right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And when you can stop and think, wow, maybe my body's doing this for a reason,
Yeah.
you get out of that mindset.
Nobody thinks like that. That's the thing is,
But you can.
Right.
And that's the thing, is now you know you have a choice.
Mhm.
Now I know the next time either one of you are nauseated, you're going to think about this.
Uh-huh.
And you might say,
I don't get nauseated, so
I
Oh, you
really,
don't?
I do
Oh, no.
very rarely.
oh,
no.
wow, I am
I
so jealous.
I tell
awesome.
myself every day in my morning ritual that it's going to be a great day and I feel great.
Okay,
'cause
maybe I should learn from
The
you.
last thing that I want, or
Mhm.
one thing that I've learned in my life, is telling myself that it's going to be a great, bright, sunny day,
Mhm.
and that I feel great every single day, whether I do or not, makes my day or not, right? And maybe once a year for 2 or 3 days,
Mhm.
I might catch a cold or something, but I don't get sick.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens occasionally, but not very, 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 very
Oh,
often.
That's great. Yeah.
But that's, in my opinion, illness is about 90% what you tell it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to that.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, okay, well, let's move on a little.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So, we've talked a little bit about this, but so can you help people without being in the same room? Can you
What?
help them virtually or via phone or I don't know? Can you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is something that is a service that you would offer or could offer if, I know we talked about you helping people with, it's Reiki.
Reiki. Yes.
That,
Over the phone.
while just
Yeah.
before they go into surgery or something like that,
Absolutely.
or after they're out
And during surgery.
and during surgery,
Mhm.
that kind of
Yes.
thing. Okay. So virtually is a good thing,
Yeah.
right? Especially in today's world,
Oh, absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you one last question.
Okay.
What one thing would you say, or could you tell our listeners that people need to be doing to help them with the relief of their pain, stress, headaches, whatever that is, what's the one thing that you think would help them the most if that they could do to relieve some of that, pain?
I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but learn to listen to your body.
Learn. Okay.
I really think everything else builds on that.
Mhm.
Are you lacking trace minerals? Are you dehydrated?
Mm-hmm.
Are you frustrated? Are you stressed out? All of that you learn when you stop and listen to your body. And I just can't stress that enough.
Sure.
That really my job is to empower you.
Mhm.
I don't want to come in and say, hey, you need to be on my table twice a week for the rest of your life,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll never feel another pain.
I wish that was the case, because if that was the case,
Yeah.
I'd be there.
Wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the trick here is, and the whole thing that's getting missed is, you are your best doctor. You are your
Inner physician.
absolutely, and tapping into that resource is priceless.
Sure.
Absolutely priceless.
So good.
And it's simple,
So
and
good.
it's doesn't cost anything,
Yeah.
and you don't have to go anywhere.
Right.
You're always with you. And the thing is, you can do it while you're driving down the road. You can do it in an airplane. You can do it on the beach. You can do it at bed at night.
I like doing it on the beach.
Absolutely.
Me too.
Let's just say it's better on the beach.
You're
Always.
right.
Yeah. So that would
Okay.
be
Great.
my advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I think we've had a great talk,
I think so.
right?
Yeah.
So, in closing, before we say good night or goodbye, or I guess whatever we do, is there a good aloha, right? Is there a good book or resource that you would recommend to the audience?
We really, the one that really pokes out into my head is The Science of Grounding. And I know we didn't really touch much on grounding,
Mm-hmm.
but it goes back to learning to listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a great video. It's another freebie. It doesn't take much of anything to do. Get your shoes off and get in contact with the earth.
Uh-huh.
Get in some water. Touch a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And The Science of Grounding is a video on YouTube. Clint Ober is the creator of these grounding mats. He has a whole bunch of grounding products.
Okay.
But his number one thing is, go get back in touch with the earth. Get back in touch with you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And it really helps. Inflammation is huge in our world.
Right.
Inflammation, anything that ends in itis, as far as diagnosis goes, ties to inflammation.
Sure.
Once you watch this video, it's really life-changing.
Okay.
You look at a lot of things and think, wow,
Okay.
headaches,
Yeah.
plantar fasciitis,
Right.
a lot of things.
So what's the video one more time?
The Science of Grounding.
Science of Grounding. Okay.
Yeah, the picture it starts out, he's in a teepee
Okay.
on a Native American land.
Awesome.
So we'll get the link to that,
That would be
Uh-huh.
perfect.
and we'll
Put it in
we'll
the
post
show
it
notes.
in the show notes and stuff. So everyone who's listening or whatever, you can just click on the link and it'll take you right to it.
Absolutely.
So we'll definitely add that into the show notes on the podcast when you click in. So, okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Allie? Is there anything that you want, book, resource, what you've been reading lately?
Let me think. I am gonna go with the book that I'm currently reading, and I am only 20 pages into it, so obviously I don't have a whole lot of. I'm not done, so I don't have a whole lot of information yet. I'm reading The Millionaire Messenger by Brendon Burchard right now, and I'm only, like I said, 20 pages in, but I think that so far it's like completely blown my mind, and I'm just really excited to finish it. So 20 pages in, and I already recommend it.
Okay, The Millionaire Messenger.
Yep.
By Brendon Burchard.
Yep. What
Cool.
about you?
It's really kind of funny. For you listeners who don't know, I am a certified John Maxwell leadership speaker trainer coach. And one of my all-time favorite books with him, I've read it many, many, many times. But I just opened it again yesterday, is The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And it is so, every time I open it, it's just like, law, you know? I mean, yeah, it's really a great book if you're looking at anything to increase your leadership or help you with relationships or whatever. It's a great book. So by John Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws. So with that, Miche, do you want to close out with your website, how people can get a hold of you, anything that you want to throw out there? The floor is yours. So
Okay. Well, I do have a website. It's www.michesmassage.com. You can check out all that I offer on there. There's a button you can schedule right there.
Oh, that's right. You can.
That's right.
Okay.
So,
So you can schedule online, right?
So schedule online. And my cell phone number, you can text or call 208-251-2677. Love to hear from you. And
you also have a Facebook page, right?
I have a Facebook page and Instagram.
Okay.
Facebook has a click now or schedule now button as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I know that Miche's got a lot of things coming here in the near future of classes and teachings, and who knows, maybe even a book someday. But I know that there's a lot of things that she's working on to do, to help people, and we really, really appreciate you being with us tonight.
Well, thank you.
It's been a great conversation. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Open invitation always. You can always
absolutely.
come back on.
Anytime you want to come.
This has been great. So I'll take you up on that.
Okay,
Awesome.
great. So again, this is Darren and Allie and Miche
Yep.
with the Radical Impact podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on Apple Music.
It's on Google. Yeah, it's on.
It's on all of the big podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and then like 4 or 5 other ones. So it's just the Radical Impact podcast. More than likely, if you just look it up on your podcast provider, you will find it.
Yep. So we'd love to hear from you. Any comments, anything, we'd love to hear from you. So hope you all have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.